Freddie, he said that he would fight him, but he won a rehydration clause at 153 the next day. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, the thing is, I cheated a little bit because I knew he was on the other line. You know? So I just called him out a little bit, you know, because I think it would be a very interesting fight. But I don't think the weights would really match up.
Even with Marquez coming off the layoff and the injury knee, do you think that makes a great fight for Cotto?
Well, whenever you get a Puerto Rican and a Mexican together, you got a good fight. I mean, let's face it, it's the way it goes.
Would you want that Canelo rematch, Freddie?
Oh, yes, of course, we'd like the rematch. But the thing is, I don't know if that's going to happen right now, and because like the mandatories do and stuff like that. But politics of boxing. But I mean, overall, I would love to see a rematch too. Yes.
Oscar said that if they were to rematch, he feels really strongly that he would knock Miguel Cotto out this time. But
well, what makes Oscar such an expert? So, you know, okay, I'll bet you can't knock him out, you know.
Is it safe to say that Canelo Golovkin's kind of taking the path that Mayweather Pacquiao did at one point, you know, the prolonging it, the inevitable?
Well, you know, these fights really need to happen like when they're the best, like now, not like later on. You know? I still say Pacquiao and those guys, if they fought earlier, it would have been a better fight. But you know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe the maturity, I'm not sure. But those two guys are at the best right now, and I'd like to see them fight. I'd like to see the fight right away.
Terence claims that you won't play those mind games with him going into this fight, that you won't get to him. What's your take on him saying, firing back towards the fireman comments that you pointed out?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not trying to tease him. He's the one that said it, not me. I mean, shit. I mean, you know, like he's you know, nice and calm until he sees a bit of light going on the camera. I mean, and then he goes like, becomes a different person. You know, Teddy's. He's a good trainer, so I respect him. I wish him all the best of luck. He will need it.
About the Bradley fight and get his thoughts and you know, kind of just discuss it a little bit before he gets there?
I tried to talk to him a little bit, and he told me that, you know, he said that he'll make the decision when he came here to America, and that's the last time my dad spoke to him on the phone. I have only spoke to him on the phone for about a minute, and that was the first and last time since his last fight. So we don't talk on the phone too much. It's hard to reach him, and it's hard to reach me because we're always busy and working and so forth. So when Manny gets here, then we'll talk about the opponent and so forth. And the thing is, the only reason I think it's a good choice, though, is because of the surgery. Because you know we have to, you know, we have to make sure that shoulder is 100% ready to go. And I think Manny, with two hands, is a hard guy to beat for anybody.
Were you surprised that he chose Tim?
No. You know, on paper it is 1-1. So here we go.
Is there anything left to do in that fight? I mean, I think the only thing you guys can do that you haven't done is knock him out. I mean, is there anything else you're trying to do in this third fight?
Well, really, you know, the Manny fight, I'll tell you more at his press conference coming up pretty soon. And I just get off the phone with Aaron and he told me, you better make the New York end of this press conference. So I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I got to get the calendar out, and someone's going to be pissed at me. I'm not sure which one.
Got to book your travel.
What's the recent rumors of Chavez's father, senior, expressing that he would like to see his son back with you? And is there anything there with Chavez Jr.? Is he coming back?
Not that I know of. His dad has asked me many times, and I respect his dad so much. I mean, he's a legend. I like him as a person at this point in his life. He's a really nice guy, and he does want me to train his son. I think me and his son, we did have like 3 or 4 wins together that were really good wins, and I think we do well. We work well together, but that'll be up to him.
Would you like that? Would you like to win?
I like the kid. No, personally, he's a super nice guy. Yeah, he's my friend for sure, and I do like him. Yes, and his work ethic is great. So I would definitely say yes.
What's the latest with Viktor Postol? When could we see him back here?
Well, you know, because the one guy who was supposed to fight got knocked out there, and then I heard that they're waiting to see who's the new mandatory or the new #1 guy out there, and so forth. But I'm looking forward to Postol fighting soon, and I hope it happens because I do miss him. He's like I tell him, he's my favorite Russian fighter, but I know he's from Ukraine.
What about
Who do
Crawford?
you want to
Would you
see
like
him
the Crawford fight? The Crawford fight, a lot of fans are asking
I
for
would
it.
love that fight.
What happens in that fight? How do you see that fight playing out?
Good fight. I mean, two young, up and coming guys. I mean, both have a lot of skills. I think that would be a great fight for both guys.
Would a win over Postol make Crawford as good as they say he is, or you actually see him as good as they say he is at the moment?
Well, the winner of that fight goes on, I think, the bigger and better things, and those who might have to think about regrouping and so forth. But the thing is, it doesn't end either one's career because they're both great fighters, and there's no disgrace to losing to either one of them. So, but I would like to watch the fight. To be honest, I am a fight fan still, and I would like to see that fight.
If not Crawford, who do you want Postol to fight? Who would you like Postol to fight?
I really haven't thought about it that much, but Crawford's like been the biggest threat lately, or the biggest noise and so forth. But there's a lot of good under 40 pounders out there. A lot of the 40 pounders had gone to 47 actually, and maybe less competitive division. But the thing with Postol is I wouldn't be afraid of anybody in the world with him because the way he fights, he boxes very smart. I mean, he doesn't take chances too much, and he boxes. He breaks you down, and then he doesn't knock you out or kill you until he knows you're ready to be taken out. He's very patient, and I love that about him. I mean, he showed that in the ring, also in the training, and he's a very intelligent fighter, and I like that. I like that in him.
Is Hank Lundy a suitable opponent for Crawford at this moment in his career? The level of position, Hank Lundy?
I'm not so sure.
He could fight better than that, don't you think? What's your take on it? Is there better opponents out there for him?
There are better opponents out there and so forth, but the thing is, I think they're trying to make him the next pay-per-view star out there. And the thing is, when you're trying to make somebody into a pay-per-view star, and he does very well and draws big crowds, and he's exciting to watch and so forth, you be a little bit careful of who you match him with. I mean, there is a science to matchmaking, and I think you need the best matchmakers to make those decisions. To fight the right guy at the right time, because then, I mean, if they could put him in over his head a little bit and he gets beat, and then no more pay-per-view guy, because to be pay-per-view, you almost have to be undefeated to be honest, so it seems lately.
If the fight with, say, Postol and Provodnikov gets off, is that a fight you'd like? Is that a fight you'd take?
I have to say yes, because I think that's why he's left our camp, because he wanted to fight bigger and better names, and a lot of the bigger and better names in his division were my guys. So I mean, that'd be a great fight. I mean, I love that as a fan, but I do think maybe Postol has a little bit more boxing ability, but he's just such a big puncher, and he's a hard guy. It's not an easy win for either guy.
How do those sparring sessions go when they spar together here?
They didn't spar too much together. I never put them together too long. Just a couple rounds and warm up and stuff like that, because I would never put them in 6 rounds, something like that. It would be too competitive.
Freddie, are you actively looking for the next Manny Pacquiao? That his career is about to be done. Are you kind of always looking around to see who could be that next guy?
Well,
for you?
I can answer that at the press conference later on, but to be honest with you, I'm never going to see another Manny Pacquiao in my lifetime or your lifetime, okay? To win 8 world titles, no one's ever going to achieve that, so there's no next Manny Pacquiao, I promise you. It's just nobody's going to achieve that ever again.
Is there anyone out of the Philippines now that you see that at least would be a good contender or a solid champion coming up right now? Anyone we should look out for?
Definitely, there's a lot of good fighters out there coming up, and offhand, I'm very, very, very bad with names, and I can't run them off here. But there's a lot of good fighters out there, and I don't know. Can you make 154?
Come on.
So that's how much I respect him, and I actually we do have a deal, right? After you win this title, I'm going to get him his own mat.
Frankie,
Guys, I'm grabbing for one in like 20 seconds, alright, before it gets in there.
First the flags, next step's the mat.
and last question, Freddie. As far as Frankie Gomez, he has a fight set up. Is he
Yeah.
back in? I mean, what can we expect from him this year?
We just had a pre-fight weigh-in and he passed it, and he's within striking distance. So Frankie's back on track. Frankie is back, and I do think he's still the best prospect, and maybe in the world today. When he wants to fight, he can really fight. I like how he's really mean in the ring. I love that about him, and he he don't care what you say to him or like when you talk about him. I said, Frankie, doesn't that bother you? And stuff like that. He says, no. And stuff, he's very calm and stuff like this. He says, I'll get him in the ring, don't worry. So I love Frank. I love Frankie. I think he's a great prospect, and I think he's my best prospect. Now, but the thing is, he's this night. By the end of this year, he will be world champion. I predict.
Is he ready to face those big names even now? If you give him the chance, Freddie, is he that good?
Bring Amir Khan and all those guys on right now.